Badeggi Radio 90.1 FM.
A wonderful good morning to the beautiful listeners of Badeggi Radio 90.1 FM. We're reaching live from the uphill in the capital city of the power state, Mina, Niger State. Today is Tuesday, the 28th day in the month of July, year 2026. Studio time check is 7 minutes past the hour of 9. I am Usman Apaya. Welcome you to your favorite morning show, the Badeggi Radio Link. As Nigeria gradually moves towards the build-up to the 2027 general election, political activities are becoming more intense. Campaigns are expected to gather momentum soon, and politicians are already making statements, defending their records and seeking public support. One of such statements came from the Minister of Education, who expressed confidence that President Bola Tinubu will win re-election in 2027 because, according to him, the president has fulfilled his promises to Nigerians. Again, we have Senator Adamson Shomoli, who actually, look down on the capacity of Peter Obi. Nevertheless, today's discussion is going to be based on the statement credited to the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, who reportedly said President Bola Tinubu will surely defeat Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar in the 2027 presidential election because, according to him, the president has fulfilled his promise to Nigerians. Now, just before we make the conversation open to our listeners, let's give you a clip of the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, who actually made that statement, who says that President Bola Tinubu haven't fulfilled all his campaign promises. Is in a better chance to defeat Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi in the forthcoming election. So we shall listen to the statement, then right after which we come back and open the conversation for our listeners to actually make your own contribution based on the issue that is before us. Yes, it is about 2027 general election, and like I've told you, the build-up to the 2027 election, you have many of these supporters making statement. Let's listen to Minister of Education Tunji Alausa.
We're going to the next election, which we will win because President has delivered on his promises to Nigeria. Nigeria is a chain country now with significant bounce in our economic output. There's no question about that. IMF, World Bank report, Bloomberg's report validates that. This is not what we're cooking up. Even our own National Bureau of Statistics that is very respected also have shown how inflation is decreasing, how economic activity is increasing, and all macro indicators are getting better. I gave you those previews. But then, sustainability is what this president put a whole lot of attention on. Because there's no need. You put this hard work in something, and you go as a government, it's not sustainable. For NEFOD, we built total sustainability into it.
Now, you just heard the statement which is credited to the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, where he said in the forthcoming election, yes, President Bola Tinubu is going to have edge over Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar, based on the statistics on ground, based over the promises the president have actually made during his campaign, which have actually been fulfilled, all of them. And of course, he said the records are there, the statistics are there to show that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu require second coming. But I want to have the discussion first with my colleague, Ibili. What did you make of this statement coming from the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa?
Yes, good morning this morning, Mr. Paya. Good morning this morning, Nigerians. Now, I take serious exceptions to some of the things that the Minister of Education has said, because we've seen the same IMF and World Bank coming out to say things that, like the reforms are not working, like the people are still suffering, and the likes. And if you look at it, if we look at the scorecard of this present administration, if we look at the economic reforms, they're always shouting about economic reforms. But what has been the economic reforms? Now they will tell you they've removed subsidy. They will tell you they floated the naira against the dollars. And this was needed for us to, be able to balance our international monetary grammar. They will always give us big grammars, when they always want to confuse people. But if you look at this thing in reality, to the ordinary man, how is it feeling the impact of all this? Because it seems as if it is only the ordinary man that is feeling the impact. The ruling class, the elites, are not actually feeling the impact of this. Now, we used to buy fuel. Yesterday, we were talking with some colleagues just in the radio, and I was saying, can we ever see a situation where fuel will go back to 600 naira? And this is the question now, because when we were buying fuel at 200 naira, people were complaining that it was too much. Now we're having at 1,000 plus. Now, again, the man made mention of sustainability. How sustainable is this? When people are buying fuel at such exorbitant amount and their salary did not increase exponentially. The minimum wage used to be around 18,000 naira. Now it is just 33,000 naira. And that is just the increase of, I think that was just an increase of 200% or so.
Yes.
And the fuel price has increased over 1,000%. We saw the dollar rate too increase exponentially. Now, this is begging questions. And, it always seems as if the reality is different from what the government officials are. It seems as if we are not living in the same country, if you ask me, because of the kind of things that they say sometimes. You'll be wondering, you'll be amazed that, are these people in the same country with us? Now, again, you look at the issue of, they will tell you government revenue has increased. Yes. But what has it been used for? These are the questions. They tell you FAC allocation has tripled, it has fourpled, it has fivepled or anything. But again, it begs the question, what are they using these funds to do? Then they will tell you, yes, we are doing infrastructure. Then when you ask, what are the infrastructure that have been done? Is it just roads? Because it seems the APC government, sorry to say, is particular about building of roads. Not only the Niger state government, even at the federal level, at other states. It seems this government is just particular about building roads and forgetting every other thing. And we no go eat road. We no go drink road. Road no go give us light for inside our house. Though road is very important, but we need to have our priorities. And again, that is one of the problems we are having. A whole lot of misplaced priorities, Mr. Paya. Things that are supposed to be done are not being done. Now, if you ask me, let's come back home to Niger State. This road that we are doing inside the state capital, to me, we don't really need them. Because waiting to the former one we did there, we'll go there uproot them. Other roads that are more important could have been first of all, before doing this particular one. Other things could have been done. Now we are just hearing again, some billions of naira was budgeted for SUVs. When last did the government look at its citizens and say, okay, everybody that have NIN, see 1 million inside your account? I think this is a better empowerment. Not giving somebody who already has money car again to be driving on the taxpayers' money. And this is why the question of this sustainability that the man is talking about, for how long can we continue like this? Even I was looking at it, when it's not that you're explaining to SS1, GS3 students, why would you be bringing this kind of analogy, for crying out loud? Why must you spend more than what you are making? And they will tell you that it is always done in the US, it is done here, it is done there. But they have things to back their own currency. What do we have in this country that is backing our currency to make the value go up? The devaluation of Naira happened because we don't have anything whatsoever to use to back our currency, to give it real-time value. England have a big-time gold reserve that is being used to back their money. And that is why you see that the pounds would always be so high. The Chinese yen, they are using their technology to back their currency to a very large extent. But we now in the country, the crude oil that maybe we should have a crude reserve. Do we even have a crude reserve? We're supposed to have a crude reserve in such a way that, okay, we know that if anything happens, we have enough reserve on ground that even though we bring it out to sell, we are going to get value for what we have. But no, we are not seeing this situation. Now, again, let's come back to the reality on ground, Mr. Paya. How much was a middle of rice before this administration? In fact, before the APC government came into power, how much was a middle of rice? How much was a middle of beans? How much? Ordinary gari. In fact, what am I even saying? Masara that nobody used to eat before. Masara that everybody used to look at it as a poor man food. It is now a luxury now. Masara maize is now a luxury now in this country, Mr. Paya.
Okay, if I'm going to take you back to the conversation, which has to do with a statement credited to Minister of Information and Education, where he said Peter Obi and President Bola Tinubu come 2027 general election, he would defeat Peter Obi and Atiku. These are the strong contenders who are actually trading tentacles with the president, and he is basing his statement and confidence on the campaign promises delivered by the people. He said by President Bola Tinubu, and that he has delivered his campaign promises. Now you are making this statement. Here are some of the promises the president made. I think it's on the oil, removal of subsidy. They will tell you that Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar have all promised to, actually sell the refinery and what have you. So, and he said the indices are there. Are you now saying that all those the minister have said are not realistic? That those promises have not been delivered?
A majority of them have not been delivered, Mr. Paya. Actually, truly. The three major contenders said this, but it is not about selling. It is about the contingency plans. What were the plans in motion? Okay, when this thing happened, we all knew that there was no any plan already in motion, but something was being brought into action. Sharp. Okay, let's do CNG conversion. Now. Where are the CNG conversion stations today?
So you mean part of the promise?
Those are one of the promises. And it has not been fulfilled. What about the buses that they said they would give the whole states? That though we saw the buses on ground in Niger State, but nothing. The buses are still, I don't know if they are still there at the trade fair complex up to now. Even all the states, how many states actually have those CNG buses plying their routes up to today? How many states have the filling station, the LPG or LCNG filling stations operating today in the country? So if you ask me, a whole lot of those promises have not been, and I have a whole lot of them listed out here. If we'll be realistic with each other, let's even take them one by one real quick, Mr. Paya. Economic reforms, we've talked about that. Improved government revenue, actually it has improved. Okay. But what is it being used for? That is the question. Infrastructure development, it is just roads that I'm seeing, nothing else. Just roads, nothing else.
What more?
Mr. Paya, there are other infrastructure now.
How about electricity? You mean there is no any tremendous change in
tremendous
supply of electricity?
Mr. Paya, we are in this country together. We just started getting, at least for the past 1-2 months, and the grid has not collapsed. So I think maybe it's a good one.
But the promise for the president promised said that if he could not
give us stable
electricity,
yes,
it should be voted out.
So it should be because.
So you mean there is no stable electricity?
There's no stable electricity, Mr. Paya. Over the weekend, we didn't have lights in Tunga. I don't know if you have lights in your. We talked about it yesterday morning.
But we're talking about Nigeria, not Tunga.
No, even in my own constituency, I have to talk about my own constituency first of all. Now, if my own constituency is not getting lights, I don't know of yours, because the promise, he didn't promise a particular section. He said the whole of Nigeria, with nobody being accepted. No exception at all. Me, I'm not getting the 24-hour supply. In fact, I can't remember when last I saw 24 hours stable electricity, Mr.
So you mean if there could be stable electricity everywhere and your constituency does not have, you mean the promises made that the president have not actually
it has not. In fact, there is no even stable. Even on the 33 kV, it's not 24 hours.
Okay.
We are on 33 kV in this house now.
Okay, let's have some of the indices, some of the
all right.
promises.
So again, we have the energy and oil sector reforms. Yes, the energy and oil sector reforms. We are also seeing a whole lot of drama there, because left to me, he has not still gotten there yet. Though we are not having scarcity like before again,
No queue.
But again, Mr. Paya, how can there be queue when people are telling me that there's no scarcity? I will say, how can there be queue when the fuel is so expensive that a whole lot of people have parked their car? A whole lot of people have parked their people that have car have parked their car and are now driving machine. The ones that have the machine have sold the machine and now trekking to junction first before they will now to, so that to reduce the cost of transportation. So even in that aspect too, look at the issue of NNPCL too. To just add L to the NNPC, look at the amount that was involved. Look at all our refineries. What is happening to all the refineries? They promised us that the Warri refinery was already at 70% completion, or so that they have already started, refining petroleum and kerosene. But the last time that journalists went there, I think they just fled for one day and did maybe kerosene for like 1 week or 2 weeks. And today, it has gone back to status quo.
But you have to be fair with the government. Before they come on board, we have our refineries are more urban.
Yes, exactly.
Refinery. All the equipment are obsolete. And this is what informed Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar, and the people who share the same, opinion with them. Promise that as soon as if they are given the mandate as president, both have the belief that they will sell.
Yes, and scrap it up. Yeah, I'm also of that opinion because we have moved way past those refineries are outdated.
So
already.
the inability of the refinery not to work now cannot 100% be,
But they promised us that they are doing it. If they had not promised us, if they had not told us that they are doing it, then this discussion would not have even come up in the first place. The government said they are working on it. And they came out to tell us that it's already at, was it 70% or 80% completion as at that time? And even showed us videos that it has started functioning, only for journalists to go there and realize that it was just gas flaring for a couple of days, then the kerosene that was produced for a couple of weeks, and that was the end. Okay. So they should not have even promised us in the first place. They should just have said, okay, this thing, people should be, bidders should come. Young they should come. Scrap this thing up, sell it. Then create modular refineries, Mr. Paya. Something like what Dangote has done, a smaller version. We don't need as big as what Dangote has done. In all the six geopolitical zone, have modular refineries. They call them modular refineries, small refineries that will be able to serve each and every location. You don't need much. This can be done. But again, we are in a country. Now, away from that real quick, let's go to agriculture and food security. Yes, the presidency, they brought in some tractors the other day. They went to Bida, at least we saw that one in Niger State, and we saw those tractors being moved out. But whether they have gotten to the farm or not is what I can't really confirm. But again, fertilizers, seeds, if these things are being dropped, now this is where the people now come in, Mr. Paya. Government, to some extent, tried in this regard. They gave fertilizers at some point. They gave seeds at some point. But the people who were given the prerogative, to share these things to the farmers, some were cornering some were increasing the prices for the people, because I was somehow involved in that thing. I knew about it a little bit.
So you mean if I get you now, the government have actually tried in producing or providing all this equipment and chemicals,
fertilizers and the seeds to help the farmers.
But has that translated into reality?
It didn't translate.
Probably having food on the table.
No,
at affordable.
It didn't. It didn't because one, we have to look at the issue. We have to look at the issue of insecurity, because a whole lot of the farmers cannot actually go to their farms because of the fear of the bandits, the terrorists in the bush, who might come to arrest you, who might come to kidnap you in your farm, or might even tell you to pay before you plant. You pay. By the time you start harvesting again, if not, they can come and kill your farm or even kidnap you. So the people cannot, the main farmers, I mean, the large-scale farmers, the communities where the actual farming are going on, cannot go to the farm. So that is why when these fertilizers came in, I was like, who are not going to use these fertilizers? Who are going to use these seeds?
The statement credited to Minister of Education Dr. Tunde Alausa, where he said that President Bola Tinubu will defeat Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar because all the campaign promises have actually been delivered. But we're having the conversation with my colleague here. When it is 9:30, I'm going to open the phone line for you to equally come in. So continue on some of the indices you are giving us.
Yeah. So again, we talk about social intervention programs. I think this has been a new one coming from the past administration, and we saw what happened in the past administration. It was so open, at least to some extent. We saw the trader money, we saw the N power and the likes, and we saw people actually, getting to, receive some of these benefits. Again, from this administration, I don't know, to some extent, I think maybe over 100%, they are towards the last leg of the administration is when we are now seeing these social intervention programs now
Springing
up.
up.
And I'm looking at it, is this not a way of, bribing Nigerians?
You know when they come on board, there was
Yes.
a problem in that ministry, talking about Minister of Humanitarian and
Affairs.
Disasters Management. And you realize that there was a financial misappropriation. There was a financial crime in the ministry, so much so that the president have to suspend the minister and set up a committee to come up with report within 6 months. After 6 weeks, today the government is running up to 3 years and the report have not actually come up. And a lot of budgets, more than 100 billion there, I think, was budgeted to that ministry. So do you think, from probably the president is disappointed with how the funds were being mismanaged, and the reason why everything is silent?
So, but if the government is not happy, then they should have done something immediately. Prosecute, investigate, and continue. Because somebody did something, then the rest of Nigerians should be suffering, while lawmakers are receiving SUVs year in, year out. It's crazy. So me, I don't think that is an excuse. But away from that, the thing is, Mr. Paya, the cost of living is still so high. We are still feeling the impact of the petrol subsidy removal. We are still experiencing high inflation. The naira is so depreciated. I think we are still lingering around 1.314 thereabouts per dollar to a naira. Security challenges is still there. Unemployment rate and poverty rate is still increasing by the day. More people are falling back into poverty. Mr. Paya, there is no longer middle class in this country. It's either you have or you don't have. There's nothing you can do about it. Once upon a time, teachers used to build house in this country. I mean secondary school teachers. They used to build house in this country. They used to buy cars in this country. They can comfortably take care of themselves, take care of their family, even their extended families. But right about now, today, what are we seeing? Let's be realistic with each other. Corruption concerns, Mr. Paya. I was telling Baba something yesterday. I said, Baba, if this government come down, this APC government, by the time one day two will come down, the amount of cases will be so unprecedented, Mr. Paya. With what we are seeing currently, even from the budgets, what we are seeing, the kind of padding that is going on in this government, it will be so unprecedented. It will be nothing we've ever seen in this country. Now, we cannot just be saying promises, but promises without seeing anything on ground. Again, we look at the two people we are talking about, Peter Obi and Atiku.
Yes.
Now, are they better alternatives? Or is it a situation of the angel is better than the
devil
the devil is better than the angel you don't know? So these are the questions now. And again, I'm of the opinion the coalition should not have disintegrated. Their disintegration gave the ruling party better opportunity. Yes. Because, when you are a ruling party, you have the judiciary, you have the INEC, you have the security, you have the finance, you have everything in your favor. So you need the coalition, the opposition, to come together and pull their resources, pull everything together. If you are not doing that, this was the same thing that played out in the last election, if you remember. And we are seeing the same scenario again, playing out again in real time. That was what happened the last time. I was expecting the coalition to come together under a unified front. The way they started it, if it had continued like that, even though they won't win, or even though they might not win, let me know if they won't, even though they might not win, they will give the ruling party a run for its money. But currently, I'm not sure. With all the things that I'm seeing currently, I'm not sure that the opposition can give the ruling party a run for its money.
Okay. Thank you very much, Avile. I think finally, before I just open the phone line now, saying that away from the campaign promises that the Minister of Education claimed that the President have actually delivered all campaign promises to Nigerians, you're now talking about, you just brought another issue, which is the unity of purpose and unity of, pulling strength together. They say united to stand and divided. So we feel that, Peter Obi and Atiku breaking out of the coalition ADC, balkanizing the coalition movement. We actually, give the the President Bola to edge over them.
Yes. I strongly believe that, 100%. It's going to give him a serious edge because now, the votes which the two of them should have gotten together, the whole coalition should have gotten together now, will be divided. And that is just a simple math. the vote will be divided whether we like it or not at the end of the day. And I just wished that Atiku would have just taken a back step and, supported another candidacy. Because, you see, I don't know why in Africa we look at power as a do or die something. It's a must do something. Me too, I must be there. And if you ask them, okay, when you get there, what do you want to do? We've not seen even amongst all these candidates, oh yeah, you that you are coming, oh yeah, what do you have for us? These are the questions that we are supposed to be asking by now. What do you have for us? What are your plans for us?
Yes.
Okay, you say you want to build hospitals for us, Abi. What is your plan? How do you get the finances? How do you get the support? These are the questions. Let's see your manifesto. The last time we saw something like that was Yaradua, who came with the Vision 3 2020, the 7-point agenda.
Yes.
That was the last time we saw a roadmap in this country. And you can see, if Adibinda man, God forgive me, I'm not God, but I felt like if Adibinda man didn't die at that time he died, maybe Nigeria would have gotten it a little bit better by now.
Well, thank you very much, Evile. Well, listeners of Badeggi, I think the ball is not going to be thrown on your own court now for you to have the gender conversation. The conversation is centered around the statement made by Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, where he said President Bola Tinubu come 2027 would defeat Peter Obi and Atiku put together, because the campaign promises have all been delivered. What did you make of this statement? 0913-857-9001 is the number to call. And of course, you can follow us on our Facebook page at Badeggi Radio 90.1 MHzFM. Drop your comment and it shall be read there. And again, you can follow us on our YouTube channel at Badeggi Radio 90.1 TV, where you like and of course comment. Hello.
Hello, Muhammad Abaya. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Well done. Good morning this morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead first.
Your name and where you're calling from, please.
This is not from Sabongari.
Very quickly, make your own car.
Yeah. I listen to your program and I'm very appreciate watching for Sunday. This, according to our discussion this morning, promise morning in this administration is so high, so much. And if you look at it, since when they came on board, this promise is ongoing on up to now. The program that's supposed to take on or carry on since that time they stop up. As you say, this issue of Empower, school city program, trader money, order for what goes on. There are plenty. If this administration they can do us good, they're supposed to take on this program all or add another one. But since they came on board, up to now, there's no single one. There's no single one that they pick up on that. And there's no single one that then create the help masses with it. And up to now, if they are going to rally or outside to one program, they still do the same promise to us. And they are still expecting us to go vote them like this and not change. People say, so anything pertaining to sources, so they don't remove them. Everywhere they saw that there's tax, there's money that they'll get income. They'll go and block that place because of people's income. And they have not created any things that you can heal our suffering for Nigeria. And up to now, if you talk to them, they will say you don't know anything about government. Now, so the other policies can do.
All right.
To say this guy, other do at 7.5, everybody knows that. That man, Alex Dikenshi, will strive for us on that matter. But then, as again, they don't even take anything. Even though the world want massive to continue with it. Empower, there are several people that benefit on power. School feeding program, there are many children because they go back to school because of that feeding program. They don't stop now because there's no any food on the school now. All these things don't stop now. And then if they want to go like this, are we going to still continue like this?
All right, thank you.
So, may God help them, man. May God help in Nigeria. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes, Mr. Apaya, real quick, this government did student loan, NEL fund. Yes, they kudos to them for that one. Yes, NEL fund, and a whole lot of students, got the loans and.
So thank you very much. Well, listeners, I think the conversation is for all of us. So let's see how we can, wrap up with anything we have within 2 minutes so that others can come in. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Muhammad.
Okay, mommy, you're welcome to the program. Please turn down the volume of your radio set.
What I just want to tell you is that what you don't have, you don't give.
Yes.
The minister that said what he said, he can say it. The way he's living in Nigeria is different from the way women are living. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And the whole promises they've been making. Me, the only thing I just see that, thank God he was able to even remove the subsidy. Because as of today, he did remove the subsidy, maybe the price of petrol would have gone beyond what you are seeing now. That is one. Secondly, if you look at the way and manner we are in Nigeria, both the leaders and we, the masses, will have our own problem as well.
Yes. Because
the whole of us, nobody you put on that seat, since they don't have any manifesto, they don't have anything to give. All they are after is just, I want to be a leader, I want to be a leader. That is one. Atiku will have been a godfather. Look for somebody who's younger, you know he's having brain that you can control. Will have been your own take. Instead of you coming out, I think this should be the fourth or third time he's coming out to be a presidential candidate. At the end of the day, he'll fail. For them to have coalition, it's not going to be possible because the both of them are looking for a way to become president. And if they get there, they might even be worse than what we are seeing today. I don't want to take much of your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Nice
Yes, thank you very much for that contribution. 0913857901. The conversation is on the statement credited to Minister of Education Dr. Tunde Alausa, where he said President Bola Tinubu will defeat Atiku and Peter Obi come 2027 general election because Tinubu have delivered all his campaign promises. Do you believe in that statement? What do you make of that? Hello.
Hello, Usman Apaya, Captain Dogo. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
This is Montero speaking.
Montero, you're welcome to the program.
Okay. My own advice is that those who live in a glass house should stop throwing stones. Because the reckless way they throw stone at those one on the ground is very uncalled for. And always remember that when climbing, remember to appreciate those you met on the ground while climbing, because they will still be the one you met while coming back, while coming down. And by the time you are coming down, if the ladder is removed, they may be the one that will hold you while jumping. We said a lot about this country and the situation we find ourselves. And in fact, we are even tired of talking because I believe doing something, one thing all over and over, and expecting a different result, they say it's madness.
Hello, are you there? Hello. I think we lost that call from Montero. Please do well and call us back. 0913857901. The conversation is on the statement made by Minister of Education Dr. Tunde Alausa, where he said President Tinubu will defeat Atiku, Peter Obi, because he has delivered all his promises. Hello.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Manapaya.
Good morning, Mr. Obasanjo. Amali.
Thank you. Thank you. Fine. It's a little Senator Obasanjo from Amali. These people, I don't know what to say, but I think they have taken Nigeria for granted. The big men in the cabinet of either the local government, the state government, and neither the federal government. The way they do talk to us as if it's not a working country. If it is a working country, the people doing the listening and come out and say a lot of all these things. We're in the education system. What is happening in the education system? If you go to university today, what do you see in the university today? In the agriculture, what do you see? In the power sector, what do you see? The Lalai government every day keeping lying to Nigerians, and still the baddest Nigerians still listens to them. When you have this war, you pity us as a country. Are we educated in this country, or we are still analog? Lying every day, lying today, lying tomorrow, lying. President Bola Tinubu promised Nigerians if land will not be stable in 24 hours, we should not vote him. The life of Nigerians today, the poverty rate of Nigerians today is rating at the what level? I pity those that voted this government again. That is even talking about this implementation of the president has fulfilled all his promises that he will.
All right. Thank you, Wasanjo. Well, let's just listeners who want to. This conversation should remain civic and of course issue based. Please let's use suitable language. No hate speech. We are just the conversation is on the statement made by Minister of Education Dr. Tunji Alausa, where he said, come 2027 general election, President Bola Tinubu will defeat Peter Obi and Atiku on the fact that he has actually delivered all his promises. That is according to the minister. So what's your take on that?
I never wanted to join this discussion.
But the minister
is...
And he has said some of the indices are already out.
Minister is childish.
Why?
He's childish. If you were born, 1 pound is 1 naira. And $1 is 50 kobo. And the Gawan said, it's not about money, but what to buy with the money. Education was completely free. Life was good. Food was cheap. Fertilizer was virtually free. There was peace. Even after the Civil War, the military maintained peace. The military have developmental plan, rolling plan. The military, all the flyover in Lagos, it's a military. It's Gawan. It's federal government that built Lagos. It's Gawan. And even military law or Obasanjo administration inherited Gawan's project and continued the Gawan project. Babangida came, scattering democracy, which could have been allowed, who could have been matured, and this Kaishekara Tokonsnaka, do your 8 years, I do my 8 years, wouldn't have arisen. The ballot is numerical. This morning, 31 people killed in Kaura, in southern Kaduna.
Of course.
Is that not a failure of the state? Yesterday or 2 days ago in Zamfara, how many people were killed? Around 31.
Were slaughtered.
Slaughtered.
Yes.
In Sokoto this morning, they are reporting 10 killings. A week or two ago, Fulani bandits slaughter over 40 people.
Yes.
In Kagara.
42.
Woro kidnappers since February are still in detention.
More than 170 of them.
Lassa students that are sitting for exam are still in detention. And the other one, the children, Askira Uba, are still in detention.
About 40 or 42 of them.
And then you come to tell me the president has look, they called you boys to come and eat. The failure of Bola Tinubu's government is to call in his boys to come and eat. He wasn't running a nation. He was running a private estate. That's the failure. He never applied knowledge and capacity of a nation to run a nation. He brought his microcosm, the boys, Lagos boys, to come and run a complicated system. They don't have the background experience. They never consult anybody. It was a private thing, personalized, and it's not working. And you say you are going to defeat Atiku. Is it easy to defeat Atiku? The total votes Bola Tinubu had in the southwest, in the southeast, the other time, is it up to 20,000?
No. I think the entire vote that came from southwest, and southeast is 2 million votes.
The whole of the south.
The whole of the south.
It's 2 million votes.
2 million votes.
And then what does that tell you? Rejection. And then you know that Obi had 6 million votes. Atiku have 6 million votes. And you have 8 million. And your 8 million, 6 million comes from the north.
But look at it.
So
from the record of the last election, it tells you that Tinubu has not at his strong base.
He doesn't have a base.
6 million votes, and that's not the base?
The North base is tokenism.
Okay.
Kobashi. It's order.
Don't you think that order will still play out in
How can it play out? Even those who are giving the order are fed up. They have been disappointed.
So the Minister of Information is just bluffing.
Information?
Sorry, Minister of Education.
Okay.
Because he said...
excuse me. When you have nothing to say, lie.
Okay.
Even when you have nothing to say, lie.
You know better me keep quiet.
How can he keep quiet when he wants to be among? When he wants to do first saving of the failed this government has failed. Can you go to Nubusa from here now? This afternoon. You can't go to Nubusa. Go. And that is heart of our power plant. The bandits have circled the power plant.
Where we have our military component domicile, it has been taken over.
But I was telling you that the explosion at the village near the dam, they are preparing a bomb that they will use to destroy the dam, and it exploded prematurely. Are they not looking at us as if we were liars, we are foolish people talking rubbish?
But the minute the security report has it that the dynamite that exploded was for, mining purpose, not for...
I will stop coming here.
You don't have to.
Any idiot that say that explosion that the crater is so big that you can put a whole trailer, 911, you can put 911 truck in that crater that was created by the explosion. Is it a small explosion? Did you study explosives, dynamites, C5? Papa, I'm not an illiterate. Papa, I visited even gun factories in America, in the United States. I visited factories where they're manufacturing rifles. Papa, I have marketed F-15 fighter jets in 1981 when Akambiolu Eniyengi was the Minister of Defense before they went and bought Jaguar of the retired Jaguar British Air Force, which killed many of our pilots. By then, flyer of F-15 fighter, F-15E Eagle was $11 million. Now it's almost $100 million. Alexander Haig was Secretary of State. We approached Alexander Haig. I have friends in America then. We are trying to market to Nigerian Air Force F-16 fighter jets. How many countries that have that type of aircraft now in the third world region, except in the Middle East?
Okay, but very quickly, because of that, let's have your opinion so that we can take it back to the callers. The statement now, do you now see Tinubu not...
I don't see Tinubu defeating Atiku hands down, no. It will be too close to call. Tinubu may not... Governors that have taken money from Tinubu would like to manipulate results in their state, and it will end up in riots. It will end up in riots.
So that's how you've seen it.
Because how many of them have something to show?
So with all the campaign promises...
Which campaign promise?
You think they have not delivered?
Which deliver? What did he deliver? Do you have water? Canada, Russia? Are pensioners paid in Niger State? Both local government and the state? Look at your roads. Look at your primary schools. Council chairman, can they deliver their party? How much do you give them? Monthly. Pittance. Anyway, Alausa can say anything he wants.
Well, let's thank you very much. Let's thank you, Baba, for your own input. Let's take it back to the callers and hear what they have to say on this conversation. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Osman Apaya.
Good morning.
This is Mr. Sunday calling from Nina.
You're welcome to the program, Mr. Sunday.
That Minister of Education is a baby, leading by his votes. So let me say something. You know, whatever that comes into their mind, that's what they voice out. Because they want to protect they want to protect the person they are working under. Come to 2027 election. In fact, there's one man they interviewed in one of the radio house. He said 2027 election results have been prepared. They are going to do what they did in 2023. That is to say, it's not they have prepared everything, but it left for Nigerians, left for their people to begin to, let INEC know that election should be counted openly. Whatever that's going to happen should be openly, not to have a kind of hidden something. For me, coming 2027, I didn't see Tinubu defeating P2B and Atiku. But we Nigerians are supposed to shine our eyes and look among Tinubu, Tinubu and Obi, who will be the best. Let us begin to look for what they did when they are in the office, their integrity and everything. That's what we're supposed to be looking at and know the best to follow. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that contribution. Let's take it to the Facebook page. We have this one coming from Umotan Azmi. Say, as campaign is about to commence, if you are a talk to any politician, please tell him you want to marry his daughter. His response is a reflection of who you are. Use your head wisely. Thank you very much. Sani Baba Sani said, good morning to you all in the studio. I wish the best this morning. I dare with you always. Badeggi Radio 90.1 FM Mina. I am Sani Baba Sani area Kanawa. So thank you very much. Aliu said, we have a good talk with a pure vision, and we have a palm wine. Bukutu. Well, I can't read this message. Sorry, this is not healthy for radio. I'm very sorry. Please, next time, let's have some decorum in writing things like this on a public, platform. Amin Bawa said, "Good morning, people at the station. From the beginning of this government, we have the belief that the government will do better than the past one in terms of social intervention program, because President said he will continue from where his brother stopped. Again, we are hoping the masses will benefit from the subsidy removal and increase in the revenue generation, but reverse is the case. The NSIPA they are doing now is just a campaign propaganda. God help us in this nation." Aminu Pina. And Mohammed Sani Bamina said, "Good morning all in the studio. I greet you with the minister, because the system is for the winner takes it all out of the interest of people. Mandate for compulsory uninterrupted 8 years in power, but all is well." That is according to him. We have this one coming from Balabin Esure. He said, "Good morning, Badeggi, Baba Badeggi, Usman Apaya, and listener. The 5-kilometer road Mr. Governor embarked on in Agaye is totally abandoned, and it is causing a lot of problems there. He should look at us as he has done for the people of Kontagora. The minister did well for this country. Most of the best infrastructure we enjoy today were built by the military." Okay, the military, did well for this country. Most of the best infrastructure we enjoy today were built by the military. The civilian government are most interested in propaganda and parapazi. Watching you live from Abuja. Thank you very much. Let's take a call or two and wrap up the program. Hello.
Good morning, Papa.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Baba Badeggi.
Baba is listening. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
I still remain Engineer Usman. I'm calling from Boso.
Engineer, go ahead and make your contribution.
You see, the person that said that the president has delivered what he promised, he doesn't know what he was saying.
Yes.
Anyway, that is supposed to be, because what he has earned from the government, he makes him to say that. Even though you ask the councillor of even the APC councillor, he will still tell you the same thing. But the reverse is the case. What I want the people to understand is this. Nobody, and you should fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment. If you ever change the vote of the masses, and the curse of the masses will be upon you by special grace of God. So everybody should ready his PVC to show them that what they promised then did not fulfill what they promised. This is just my contribution this morning.
Thank you very much. Well, what issue will be the most important to Nigerian voters come 2027 general election? It's a big question I want to leave you with. And between performance, party loyalty, and personality, what will determine the outcome of the 2027 election, away from the statement made by the Minister of Information, Dr. Tunji Alausa, where he said that President Bola Tinubu come 2027 general election, he will defeat Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar, based on the developmental project on ground, based on all campaign promises that has been delivered. Now the question now, is with you. You feel all the promises made by President Bola Tinubu has been fulfilled, and that that is worthy of giving the second chance. Well, I leave you with that to come and deal with it as we are stepping into 2027 general election. The build-up will begin. It has begun already, but the most official one, which is glaring, which is going to be open, is the campaign ban that will be lifted by August, which is next month, for presidential candidate and, of course, National Assembly candidate. And by month of September, a month or two or after, we're going to have the campaign ban for governorship and state assembly lifted, so that the real game will begin there. So it is now left for you. Who do you want to have as your representative in the National Assembly? Who do you want to have as your governor in your own state? Who do you want to have as member representing your state constituency? And above all, who do you want to choose as the president? The ball is in your court. Your destiny is in your own hands. Listeners, this is where the curtains fall on this program for today. We sincerely like to thank you for taking your time to listen to this program. As always, until tomorrow, when we shall be here with another interesting package of the program. For my colleagues and all of us here, I am Usman Apaya. Thank you for listening. God bless you